Warning: if the topic of psychological manipulation and emotional enslavement of women offends you, I want you to stop watching this video. And if you want to continue, you must agree never to use this knowledge to hurt women. Deal? Great. Let's start. Listen, if you're having problems with your woman, then there are two things that I want you to understand. Firstly, it's not your fault. If you're a regular guy like the rest of us, chances are that you screwed up more than a couple of times when it comes to love and relationships. I have no doubt that you've been somewhat forced to make mistakes because of some misconceptions about women that you might have. We'll talk about what these misconceptions are a little later. Secondly, you're not alone. If you're going through hell right now, rest assured that there are others who have experienced the same emotional torment. I, for one, have screwed up with and dumped by women that I stopped counting after about, 20. However, once I found the solution, success with women came really easily. For me, getting a woman to like me is like shooting fishes in a barrel. The good news is that I can help you, and that's what I am going to show you next in this video. Earlier, I had mentioned about certain misconceptions about women which may be sabotaging you. For example, you may think that the best way to win a woman over is to care for her and put her needs before yours. You know, the gentlemanly stuff. Or you may have thought about using pickup artist or PUA tricks like opinion openers or peacocking to attract women. You may have learned a couple of these tricks from PUA blogs and ebooks which pretty much litter up the internet these days. Let me say this to you outright. No matter if you choose the Mr. Nice Guy approach of the former or the slimy pickup artist approach of the latter, both are equally bad for your game. The reason is simple, really. It's a universally accepted fact that nice guys don't get laid. If anything, nice guys usually end up in the friend zone, turning into emotional tampons for women to cry into. Sad. Alternatively, slimy pickup artists are just that, slimy. Women can smell fakes a mile away. Nothing screams phony and desperation as much as pickup artists. Trust me on this. So, what really works when it comes to dating and seducing women? Well, I'm convinced that the fastest way to make a woman like you is to use mind control tactics and hypnotize her. Okay, I'm already hearing the howls of ultra-feminists and social justice feminazis baying for my blood for saying that, but frankly, I don't give a shit. I'm here to let you know what works, period. I couldn't care less about offending anyone because I am speaking the truth. The fact is that if you're not using hypnosis, deep persuasion, and mind control techniques to seduce women, you're losing out big time. It's like trying to fight Mike Tyson with your arms tied behind your back and your testicles tied to Tyson's middle finger. Seriously, man, why hamstring yourself? Before we get ahead of ourselves, understand this. Learning how to properly hypnotize a woman by watching a short video is a long shot. I'll kid you not. But take heart though. What I can do is teach you a simple hypnosis technique which you can immediately use on a woman to make her like you instantly. And yes, this technique works equally well with women you just met or someone who has known you for ages. If you want to learn how to make a woman want you, then this is the one technique which you must know, period. So, here goes. There are 4 steps in this technique. The first step is to get her to talk to you about something that makes her happy. Yes, any past experiences that will make her feel especially joyful. Say, do you remember a time when you feel especially happy, joyful, and ecstatic? She nods. Then ask her to describe the event, and more importantly, how she feels. The more vividly she describes it, the better results will be. When she is done, then repeat the above, but get her to recall an experience which made her sad, depressed, or even frightful. Again, vividness is the key here. After that, repeat but with a similar happy story told by yourself followed by a sad story. Then repeat the cycle again. When this happens, you'll notice that she'll start to connect even more closely with you and her rapport with you becomes stronger. What you're doing is to make her experience an emotional roller coaster with you through the stories that you tell each other. You're simulating the soap opera effect with her, with you as the main focus, and you'll stick into her mind like a leech. This mind control technique is known as fractionation and has been used by master seducers to covertly attract women by hypnotizing them. As you've seen, it's pretty powerful indeed. Of course, there is also the risk of the technique getting abused since it is known to damage women psychologically if used maliciously. For example, We know of guys who would go on a seduction rampage and use fractionation indiscriminately on every woman they see, leaving behind their wake a trail of women with damaged psyche and huge emotional baggage. Therefore, we will need to be careful with who we give access to this technique to, so here's what you must do next. About right now, there should be a link which appears inside the video. Click on the link. If you don't see it, click on the link in the video description. On the new page that comes up, enter your best email address so that we can check if you qualify. If you do, we will send you a link to the online masterclass where you'll learn all about how to use fractionation to get women under your control quickly and easily. Do it.